Shalom, shalom, Israel. Yashar Allah. I'm your brother, Yarazakal, and I would like to give double honors to the apostle and the elders who teach and rule well. Peace and salutation to the brothers, all around the globe, who push the vibration of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, who are teaching the gospel, and shalom wahahab to the elect, okay, the Akiam and the Aquafiam, who are awaiting the coming of the of the Messiah, Yahushua Mashiach, okay, because they're catching hell, man. You want to get out of Babylon, all right? But today, I want to make a quick video because earlier I was with the brother Lachama and the brother Arya. We were out there preaching, and then while we were preaching, a lady, of old age, that's like a mom, she came, and then she was walking by, and after that she stopped. She's like, "Are you the Hebrew Israelite?" And we said, "Yeah, sure, we are the Hebrew Israelite." But before I carry on, okay, I would like to turn to the east and say, Ka'alayim, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Waharak HaKodash. All right, may the Most High forgive us all our trespasses, man, So yeah, so I was saying, the lady, she came, she passed by and then she stopped and she asked us if we, we're the Hebrew Israelite. We say, yeah, sure, we are the Hebrew Israelite. And he said, the reason why I'm asking you that because my son, okay, is a Hebrew Israelite, all right? And since he joined the faith, it's like there's a rift between me and him, and also there's a rift between, him and his wife, all right? So me and the brothers, we like, we want to listen, because obviously you can't judge a situation, based on, one side, one version, so you got to wisdom. So I say, we're asking like, question to know more, okay? And she was like, oh, I'm supposed to go to Jamaica, for my birthday. I think a 60th birthday, something like that. But, her son said that the guy that joined the truth, the brother that joined the truth, he's like, he's not giving her a penny, all right? Because obviously we don't believe in birthdays. So I have to read him, Job, when Job was cursing his born day or birthday or whatever, to let her know that when you actually celebrate your birthday, it's like you're worshiping yourself, and we're not supposed to worship ourselves because we are vessels unto Yahweh, all right? So we kind of explained it, and she was like, the way he acts, he's a bit, he doesn't want nothing to do with them, and even his wife. And the part that really touched me is like, his wife, he put in the pressure, but the lady, according to her words, was the woman, she's a very humble woman, but she telling her husband, the brother, she was like, listen, do what you do. Do what you do with the children and everything. Okay, get them involved. But me, I'm not ready yet. All right, I'm not ready yet. And then, but he like, oh, if you don't want to join, I'm gonna have to go. Now I asked her, are you gonna have to leave or whatever? And I asked her, how long has he been in the truth and what camp? But she said he been in the truth like 3 years, but she don't know what camp. And I'm thinking, wow. So, we had a conversation, and then, after that she had to go. She was going to work, so, we let her go. But then, I felt like me and the brother Lachama on our way back, he was like, do a video on that, man. Talk about it. So I said, yeah, I will talk about it. So the title of this video, and actually it's an edification, exhortation, because we all, we come from a family. We all have earthly family. We all have worldly family, okay? We all have earthly family, man. We have a mom, we have dad, wherever they alive or they died, we comes from somewhere. We have sister, brothers, but it's important that we create balance, And before I even start, I would like to read this. Being balanced in this truth is everything, man. Being balanced in this truth is everything. So I'll read Proverbs 11. Okay, that's the first thing I'm gonna read before I even start. Proverbs 11. Proverbs 11. So I want, and you say, a false balance, okay, is abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. So we gotta be able, to be balanced in the way we deal with situation, even like we deal with our family. Now you got a family where, sometimes you're dealing with demons. Sometimes you just have to love them from afar, but at the same time, no matter what it is, you have to be the bigger man and show them that, the truth, give you so much understanding that you know how to maneuver your way into righteousness, So the key is to be balanced on how you deal with your family. Because honestly, we didn't say much because we don't want to be throwing precept upon precept. But I did bring 1 Corinthians 7, and 13 regarding the woman, because you're not supposed to leave your woman. If your woman is humble and she lets you do the work and you do your work and she take care of the house, she act like a woman. Obviously, no one is perfect in Babylon, but she does her best and she's humble. You have no right to leave her, and that's 1 Corinthians 13. I will read that quickly. 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 7 and 13. 1 Corinthians 7 and 13 say, and a woman which have an husband that believe not, I'll read it from 14:16 about the men. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife. Okay, let me read from 13. And the woman which have an husband that believe not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Okay? For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. Okay? So you can't leave, a woman that's, that treats you right, that's not a demon. Okay, especially if you were with her, okay, you came up in the truth, and then she didn't hearken to the voice of the Lord at the time, at the time when you hearken to the voice of Yahweh. She didn't hearken, but she keep it real. She's a loving woman. She take care of the children. If you have any children, and she keep the house into harmony, she dwell to please with you. She still loves you. You have no right, to get rid of her. Because sometimes we get zealous and we let our zeal, overtake righteousness and what's supposed to be done, righteously. So it's very important to understand that we need to be balanced. Okay. Now let's get back to the parent, the family thing. Okay. So the title of these lesson is, we need to have balance concerning our worldly families or our earthly families. Okay, I'll put earthly families. All right, now, understanding certain precepts in order to avoid taking the word of the Lord Yahweh out of context. Okay, because sometimes brothers take, the word out of context, man. Because, let me read you something quickly, man. That's very important. Proverbs 4 and 7. Proverbs 4 and 7 say, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding, man. So it's one thing to get the knowledge, to know that you're a Hebrew Israelite, to be out, to be able to go out there, to be able to rack your fringes, to keep the Shabbat, to stop eating. But you have to understand the word and know how to apply it with balance in certain circumstances that you're faced with. Knowing how to deal with situations as they arise, as they come, how to deal with, have to properly, apply, okay, the wisdom, meaning the word, okay, in such situation, so you're not unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? So the name of Yahweh is glorified. So we will take few precepts that I believe brothers take out of context and explain it, okay, in a proper angle, so people can, know what to do when they're faced with situation. There will be a lot of these situations that will happen, especially with new believers. You will find yourself in a situation where your mom might not understand what you're doing. So it's how you apply the wisdom, man. Because after all, the Most High set them before you, and we will read certain precepts about that, so you can know now, thinking like, oh, I can just dishonor my parent. You can't dishonor your parent. You know what I'm saying? You cannot dishonor them, no matter what. After we have a cross to carry, man. So let's talk about these. Let's read Matthew 12:46, right, and explain that in its proper context, right? So Matthew 12, okay. Let's start 46. All right, it says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without desiring to speak with thee. And verse 48, but he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards the disciple and said, behold, my mother and my brethren, whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother, sister, and mother. Right? So people will take that and they will run with it, and then that will be what they used to say, well, the most important thing is the people I'm in the church. These are my brother, my family. My family is not the earthly family I come from. I don't have to honor them. That's a lie. Either the word contradicts itself, which we know it doesn't contradict itself. It only contradicts itself, or it only seems to be contradicting himself when the person who is reading it lack understanding. Okay? That's the only time it seems contradicting, but it's not a contradiction at all. Okay? It's about understanding. So what the Most High was saying, that his family, okay, actually, yes, he's the one who's doing the work, but he did this. At any time they did this, his family? No, because James was his brother. Okay? James was following him. James was a disciple of Yahushua. That means in that harmony, he respected, he honored Joseph, his father, and he honored Mary as well. And we will find out later what he did before he died, to prove to you. He didn't win against his parent. His parent was his parent. He knew how to balance it. But he knew that, the disciple was the family that the Most High gave him to do the work. Okay? Yeah, Malak, I'm doing the video. I'll call you back. Shalom. Okay? So that's the precept that they're using sometimes to think that, okay, yeah, they can just shut the door on the family. That's not how it works, man. You gotta be balanced, man. That's what the young guys coming to truth that might have sensitivity with your family. You gotta use patience. You gotta use wisdom, man. Okay, you gotta use wisdom when you deal with this situation. Be careful, man. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be thinking that, oh, I can now, dishonor and neglect my family, my earthly family, and just, okay, I got a new family in the truth now. No, you gotta use wisdom. Okay, that's the first. Let's look at the second one. The second one is Luke 14:26. Okay, Luke 14:26. Luke 14:26, and he says, "If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." And there's a clue there when he say, and his own life also. Do you now go and kill yourself? Or do you get yourself to the point where you're not even healthy? because you have to follow the Most High so you forget about yourself. No, you take care of yourself to the best of your ability, Exactly. So it's the same way you have to take care of your family. Okay? What he meant here is like, if because of your family you cannot follow Yahushua, then that's where you're messing up. If, for example, you know about the truth, but because of your wife, because of your children, because of your family, because of what you're telling you, they feel like they might be Catholic, or they might be, apostolic and Christian, or evangelical Christian, or Muslim, or whatever they're doing, or they follow whatever faith they're into. Because of their faith, or because of what they're telling you, you know the truth, you know it's time for you to go out, but you don't want to go out, you don't want to follow the Most High, then that's off. Okay? That's what he's talking about. Because you have to understand, the Most High used, dark saying, double talk, metaphor, he used all of that to express himself. So he wasn't like a straightforward. Sometimes it was straightforward, but sometimes he used parable, sometimes he used a certain way. So you gotta now figure out what it means. That's literature. If you study literature, it's never straightforward. They use a lot of, way of expression, and you have to figure out what they mean. Like poetry. Okay? That's what it is, man. So you can't just take it literally and then move forward. And run with it and thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to have to hate my mother now. I don't need to honor my mother. I don't need to honor my father. I have a bit of money, but I don't have to help them. No. Okay? That's the second precept that people sometimes can use and say, oh, the Bible tells us to hate our mother. No. The Bible says clearly in the Ten Commandments, you shall honor thy father and thy mother, man. So that's a commandment. Okay? And the reason why the Most High put that in the Ten Commandments, because the Ten Commandments, if you study it, are the commandment, the law that, how do you say, Jake struggled with the most. Jake struggled with the most, thou shalt not commit adultery. That's one of the worst things that Jake has as far as spirit, man. Having someone else's wife. That's what they do all day. Or thou shalt not kill. They're killing all the time. So the Most High put those 10 on purpose because that would be the one. Or like idolatry, for example. That's a big thing in Jake. So he says, thou shalt honor your father and mother, because he knew that Jake don't honor his father and his mother. Even in the truth sometimes, they neglect the parent once they come in the truth. And that's one case. Obviously, there's two, side of the story, but the mother was speaking from her heart. I believe it to a certain extent. And that's what's happening, man. So we have to address this thing. We have to be balanced. Okay? Just because you're in the truth, it doesn't make you now, someone that don't use you still got family. Family, you still have to honor your father, your mother if they're alive. You have to do it, man. Then the last one is Matthew 10 and 36. Okay? Matthew 10 and 36. Matthew 10 and 36 say, and a man's foes shall be there of his own household. Meaning a man, enemy shall be them. What he mean by that is, people won't understand you when you come in this truth, man. A lot of brothers can testify to that. People, your brother, your sister, your father, your mother, sometimes they don't understand you, man. Sometimes there's arguments, sometimes there's, because they don't understand where you're coming from. So that can be your enemy, but it doesn't mean they're going to do, it will happen. There's time where they'll really will be your enemy. For example, when, when things become very serious, when, we become now, the government target and they're trying to lie on us, or whatever they want to do. How people will sell us out. Yeah, some of them will sell us out. But you got some that wouldn't do it because regardless of the fact that you became a Hebrew Israelite, they see this, you steal their blood. You steal their blood, so they will honor that. So you got to be balanced. You got to see which one, who is who, and then from there, you make your move. Some brothers, some people in your family, you have to love them from a distance. Some people you have to cut off. But for the most part, your father and your mother, no matter what, unless they're extreme, no matter what, you gotta honor them, man. Okay? So those are the three precepts that the people can use, and can misuse and abuse, no, because they don't have the understanding, the proper context regarding those precepts, right? So now, we're going to go into, this is what the word tells us concerning our earthly family. So we're going to go into precept, and then that'll be it, okay? To explain how we should conduct ourselves as far as our parents, our parents, especially our father and our mother, So we're going to go to 2 Timothy 5 and 8. And our family as well. 2 Timothy. Hold on. Yeah, 1 Timothy 5 and 8. Okay. Let me rectify it quickly. Yeah, 1 Timothy 5 and 8. Okay. So 1 Timothy 5 and 8 say, but if any provide not for his own, and specially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. So when you take the case of the brother where the mother's going to Jamaica and she's asking him money and that, yes, he's going for a birthday. Yes, we against birthdays. But after all, that's the mother. Whatever she want to do with it, let her do it. That's because she don't understand the truth. That's because she doesn't have what you have. Okay? Because they say, the Israel have not received it, but the elect, receive the truth, man. So you're an elect. Let's say you're an elect, all right? You're the hopeful elect. You receive the truth, but your mom didn't receive. It's not a portion for her to receive the truth, but you still have to honor her. So if you got a bit of money, mommy, take that. Or I told you this birthday thing is not good, mommy, but you're not listening. Like, you're very stubborn, mommy. And that's it. Like, oh, well, I was born before you, so I can do whatever I want. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. She can say that because that's your mother. But you give her the money. You give her the money, man. That's it. So if your mom, let's say your mom eat pork, okay? Is that the reason why you're not going to give her money? Because when you give her the money for shopping, she's going to go and buy a pork and eat it. But you're doing your part. You don't worry about the rest. That's between her and the Most High. You do your part. Your son part where you take care of your mom. And that's it. You get what I'm saying? To the best of your ability, man. So the Most High is clear. He say, he have denied the faith. So the way you treat your mom, okay? And you treat talking about the brother, you deny the faith. You might think you're in faith, but you're in the faith. But the Most I say, you denied it because you don't act like you're in the faith. And you're worse than an infidel, man. That means the Most I see you as a publican and a heathen. You okay? You're the same as someone, that is in sin and that don't wanna acknowledge that is in sin. The Most I sees him as a publican, man, and a heathen, man. So you got to change your ways. We have to change our ways. We have to change our ways and be balanced and show maturity. So the Most High can be praised. They can understand that. They might not like what you do, but the way you move, they're like, yo, this guy, man, this guy gained wisdom, man. This guy gained wisdom. And she was saying that her brother was here, but he got deported in Jamaica, and the guy he cut off his own brother. You can't do that, man. It doesn't matter what it is, like this. If you got a bit of money, send that's your brother. Especially if you got along. Some brothers are demons, so sometimes you have to cut them off. I know that. I know that one. I know the family situation because I've been there. I know it. But if a brother, you and him were racking and you cool, and the situation happened where he got deported, you gotta take care of the brother, man. There's nothing wrong with that. If you work, if you got a bit of money, just do that. That's honorable. That's honorable, man. Okay, we move on to the next one, which is John 19, 25 to 27. John 19. John 19, 25 to 27. John 19, 25 to 27, they say, now there stood by the cross of Yahushua his mother, and his mother's sister Mary, the wife of Cleophas, and Mary Magdalene. When Yahushua therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by, whom he loved, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. All right. Then said he to the disciple, behold thy mother. And from that hour, thy disciple took her into his own home. Okay? So you're going to tell me he didn't love his mom? He loved his mom. He told John, listen, I'm about to go. That's your mother now, man. Mommy, that's your son now. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's love. You wouldn't do that if you didn't love your mother. So the Bible says we should follow the example of Yahushua. But Yahushua, this is the example that he left. We should honor our people, man. Okay? It's very important. So if you say you're a believer in the truth, abide by the word, man. Applying the scripture. It's not about being a Hebrew Israelite. It's about applying the word, man. It's not even about wearing fringes. You're wearing fringes every day, but you're wicked. What's the point, man? Because your friend is supposed to remind you of your wickedness. But if your fringes don't remind you of the weakness and you wear it every day, you're just like those Pharisees that wear this thing every day. So what we have to do now, is to examine ourselves, man, daily. Okay? Examine ourselves daily so we can change our ways, because we're not perfect. We're far from it. And it's important to listen to certain edification so we can change our way for the better. Okay? Then we'll go to Sirach, okay? Sirach 7:27-28. Ecclesiasticus, okay? So we'll go to Sirach 7. Sirach 7:27-28. And he says, honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother. Forget not the sorrow. When your mother is there and she's catching hell and that, you're supposed to call her and find out what's going on and give her something. The Bible calls like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. No. If you get a bit of money, okay, boom, mommy, I will send you some money, or mommy, take care of her, do your best. If you live in this country, your mother is here, go and do like a shopping. You take a day, when you go and you do the shopping for her. Take a day when you go in your home, you have to help her clean the house or whatever. Do like good deed toward your mother. Because that's very, very, very important, man. Okay? That's very, very important. Verse 28 says, remember that thou wast begotten of them. And how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee? And that's the question mark. So the Most High say you cannot recompense them for what they did for you. She could have just say I should have thought about abortion. There's million and million of jigs that didn't come to earth because your mom, she was pregnant. She's like, I can't bear that. I'm gonna get rid of it. But your mom didn't think like that. She bare you 9 months. She took care of you. So you have now to do certain things. Sometimes you can't do a lot. Some were blessed than others. But whatever you have, do it, man. Sometimes it's what you do that counts. It's not the amount of money or it's what you do that counts. The fact that you're there for her, something like that. That's very important, man. Okay? Moving on to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 8:6. Okay? Ecclesiasticus 8:6 says, dishonor not a man of his old age, for even some of us wax old. You're going to wax old. Obviously now, we're hoping that, very soon the Most High will come and get us. We'll be immortal in that. But, naturally, you get old. So respect the people that are old. That's your mother. That's your father. That's people around your uncle or whatever. Just give them respect. Some of them, they're demon. What you do, you just stay away from them. You avoid certain conversation. You stay away from them to avoid dishonoring them. Sometimes you have to speak the truth. You speak the truth. You might hurt them, but you just do that and that's it. You move on. You carry on. Okay? Even some mother and father, sometimes you have to stay away from them because they're too toxic and negative and that. But you pray for them. You pray for them. Okay? So we will go to now Ecclesiasticus 3. Okay, we will read verse 2. For the Lord have given the father honor over the children and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. That's why the connection between the son and the mother is very powerful, man. Okay? And that's why when there's the connection, there's no connection between the mother and the son, there's a lot of it that the son greatly missed later on in his life, because that connection is very important, you know. And I thank the Most High for given me that connection between me and my mother, because, you know, that helped me a lot, you know. It's like when there's no connection between a father and a daughter, she will greatly miss. You know, she will be abused by men as she grow up, because she will want to look for that father figure all their life. That's how they end up in the hand of the pimps, because they didn't have no father figure in their life. You know, so those things are very important. Okay? So he said, verse 3, whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins, man. So you honoring your mother and your father, you making atonement for your sins. That's very powerful, man. Verse 4 says, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. So we have to honor our fathers, man. Okay? And he say, verse 5, whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. So some of our prayer are not heard because of the way we treat our fathers and our mothers. Okay? Verse 6 say, he that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother. So if you say you're in the truth, you're supposed to be a comfort to your mother, man. Okay? You're supposed to be there, you know, with her and for her and trying your best. Okay? And verse 8 say, honor thy father and mother both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. See that? Okay? Last verse, it say, verse 13, and even if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. So mother and father, so they'll be going off, because he was saying that she smoked weed, you know. So the son is like, I don't know, it's Jamaican. Jamaicans smoke weed for the most part. Not all of them, but, you know, it's a cultural thing. So, like, he's taking offense in that. But the Bible say clearly, he say, and if his understanding failed, so if she bugged out, you know, she's, you know, he say, have patience with him or her. So in that case, have patience with your mother. Okay? That's your parent. Take time, be cool. They'll be reacting in a certain way, they'll be upset. Calm down, you know, go and pray or fast or something for them, you know, or talk to them, tell them the truth, but in this way of finding, you know, how to speak to someone without hurting them, especially your parent and that. Okay? So that was the little exhortation that I was bringing. You know, I hope you were edified. I say shalom. Kalayom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakha, Padash. Kwan Yasharala. Shalom, Israel.